Good evening, property lovers, and welcome to yet another exciting episode of Property Focus. Now, we're looking at container homes today, and we did this about a couple of months back with ISM Containers, the leading container fabricator company in the region. You know them, close to Science Center in Westlands, right over there, multicolored building. That's where they're based. And we're here in a Nairobi upscale area to look at some of the beautiful designs they've made with these modular structures. It's amazing. So we've got 3 containers that we're going to be looking at in today's episode. My name is Peter Ngigi, and welcome to Property Focus. And welcome back, folks. Now, we've got the very first property that you've been waiting to see, the very first container. And behind me, you can already see the reveal of the exterior just speculating in between those trees subtly. You'd almost think this container was constructed on site while this whole property was put together, but it wasn't. And that's the brilliance of ISM Containers. Oh man, this is just really, really grand and spectacular. Now, let me just start with the orientation right out here. What you can see, as you can tell, this is it's not a 40 foot and it's not a 20 foot. It's in between. Client wanted 28 feet. So you see what ISM Containers can already do for you. Customized to size to fit the orientation of your landscape. And right over here, you've got your black hollow steel columns to support the mono roof that's up there. You've got your iron sheets, and on the floor, you've got this deck in a light stain and varnished everywhere, which complements the facade right out here. Please don't mind about this area over here. This is the last container that they just delivered. They brought it from Thika, delivered it a couple of days back, and they're going to put in provision for sliding doors over here. But when you come in and just take in the orientation of the living space over here, you've got gypsum boards all through, right at the back, on the sides. Over here, you've got your windows and provision to just get in ventilation into the space. You've got your spotlighting. It just feels so cool in here. You've got your wardrobes, which is in particle board material. And right over here, you've got your kitchen countertop, which is in granite, and it just looks very clean, very classy. Now, what I really do appreciate about this particular container, and that's why you need to go to a professional. ISM Container is just amazing. This is a sliding door ban. You see, if you had a door over here and opened it, you'd sort of clutter the whole space. So they've made it minimal, clean, and just ingenious, if you ask me. So come along into the bathroom right over here. You've got, come along everybody. You've got your subway tiles that are in green. You've got your shower heads over here, which are in chrome. You've got your vanity area with a granite countertop, chrome faucets. You've got your water closet right over there, towel holder, which is in chrome. Guys, the transition even from the bathroom to the living space is spectacular. I think I'm gonna enjoy the second home. So I already know what you're thinking already. Peter, what about a 2-bedroom? Can they do a 2-bedroom? Well, there's only one way to find out. Keep watching. This is Property Focus. Let's go to Karen. Now, we're here in Karen, and we're here to look at this very beautiful 2-bedroom unit that I know you are asking for, and my goodness, look at that. It just exudes excellence. Like ISM Containers craftsmanship just really pops, and it's really present with this particular 40-foot container. There's a hornbill right out here, but still doesn't take away from all of this beauty that's going on, that you have a 40-foot steel container in a Nairobi upscale area, and it's perched so beautifully. Well, let me talk about the elevation right over here to the deck area. You've got your light stained wood that has been varnished all through, security lights that pop and just give it a form of flair. This is just really beautiful. Tall columns, steel columns, reinforced again to the RC that give that mono roof feel. You've got your facade again, once again, right over here. That's a signature with ISM containers, sockets right over here, which is magnificent. And right over here, you've got your aluminium slide doors that slide on very well. Smooth transition, beautiful. Come along. Now, as we ascend into this property, let me first explain the orientation of this particular site. So you've got 2 bedrooms, one on my right, one on my left. You've got a common shower right over here, living space area with a kitchen. But come along. By the way, let me tell you the craftsmanship. This door is just amazing. So smooth. Come along to this side. You've got your very first bedroom on this side, and you've got your windows to aerate the place. But still, when you come onto this other side, you've got more windows. And come around this tree and see why I appreciate this, because the craftsmanship with ISM containers is just beyond. You've got your whip holes right over here. In the event that rain comes onto the glass panel, it pours in and pours out on the side, and it's ingenious. Won't leave any stains because you vanished the whole place. How amazing is that? So come around towards this side as we get to see this property in detail and get to see what really makes this modular structure really an exemplary example. So you've got your lights right over here. I'll put them on, and it's just glorious. It's just too much beauty. I mean, I cannot think of any disadvantage of having too much light, can you? Ceramic tiles over here, bouncing off that light, spotlights right at the top, bringing in more light. You've got your slide doors right over here. It's just amazing. Come along to the kitchen area. So you've got your kitchen cabinets right over here, and your quartz countertop, white backsplash with the subway tiles right over here. And coming towards this bedroom number 1, you've got your wardrobes right in here, and the space is big enough to fit in a nice bed tucked in right over here. Of course, you've been given socket provisions to charge your phone, have your laptop charging. This could be an office. I mean, it's up to you. Whatever it is you feel like having with this particular site, it's really upon you. So we come into the second bedroom right over here. Again, you've got provision for your sliding windows right over here, which is really nice. Security features. So it just brings in a whole lot of air that just wafts into the property. Ceramic tiles once again as you walk, and I really like this feature. You know, it's very transparent. You know, the glass makes the place seem a bit bigger. The glass doors and everything make the place seem a bit bigger, and it's a nice touch. So you've got your gypsum boards right over here, and I'm sure you're wondering, what if it gets cold? What usually happens? There's usually insulation inside the gypsum, so it maintains the heat and humidity within the site. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been this property here in Karen. We're going to go to Masai Mara. I'm about to put on my hat and go see some wildlife and see what holds, or what ISM Containers has right over there. So let's go take a ride and go to Narok County to Masai Mara. There are a number of units that ISM Africa has done, but we came all the way to Masai Mara to show you this magnificent unit that just tops the list. Come along, everybody, and see why we thought this was the very best. Tucked away in the heart of Masai Mara, you've got a 40-foot steel container that just sits so elegantly and majestically amongst trees. Beautiful all round. Love the cladding as well with this particular unit. Signature thing that ISM Africa usually get to do, and they get it very right. Professional work that's been done. Light wood stain cladding right over there. You've got these glass doors that are much bigger, different from the other unit, but we're going to get into it in just a bit. Coming along onto this section right over here, you've got a flower bed. It's not a deck like the other unit. And the light brown wood stains continue all the way to this side. Glass assembly right over here, and a little wooden deck to usher you into Embu River's studio unit. And welcome everybody to the studio. into the Embu River unit. It is absolutely amazing. You've got this glass assembly right on my right over here that brings in a lot of light into the space. Where I just came in from on the left, you've got a lot of light and views just coming in. So you're within a space, but you don't feel tucked in. Like white all round to give the illusion of space, spotlighting right over there, fire detector, you've got this wall unit over here. And what is nice about this space, they provisioned for him and her. So if you want to send an email, you could just quickly get into that, get into your station, you've got storage over here, send an email. But why would you? You're in the Mara, there's a TV here, but the views are just beautiful on end. You could come here and just sort of strategize, focus. If you're a photographer or you're a videographer, you could think through honeymoon maybe. Beautiful. And you've got your couch right over here, nice cushions that you could just take in this view. And I can see here at Embu River they've given provision for throws on the couch, and you've got more storage right over here to take in the view of the river. Literally I can just see the river right over here. And you know what, I think I see a hippo right over there. Embu River studio unit is just absolutely amazing. It's beautiful. You've got your pictures, portraits right over here of birds, elephants, paintings. Embu River, pride of the Masai Mara. I'm going to transition into this section right over here. So you've got your aluminium doors that ISM Africa have given to you right over here, which is really nice. We're going to adjust for exposure. So in case there's a little slight taint to the screen, don't worry about that. Now, wooden slates right over here for the pergola that continue consistently with the cladding of this unit. You've got your steel hollow railings that are right over here, painted in black, and a beautiful chair to sort of just have your coffee in the morning and just take it all in. You could listen to the birds, you could just talk for hours on end, and it's just amazing. Really, really beautiful place all around. I think ISM Africa is just doing a fantastic job with the containers, because undoubtedly you could never get this anywhere else. They're the best fabricators in East Africa, and you know what? I think I see why. You've got your window provision right over here, so if you want more ventilation, you could put that out. Take in the nature sounds right over here, like you're listening to the birds. And I'll bring you to the bedroom. This is the primary bedroom for this particular unit, and it is just really good. Skylight right at the top over here, spotlighting that's provisioned, wall unit, and a beautiful Aztec designed bed that is just absolutely divine. Now, that's the unit. You've got a bathroom for this place that I think is spectacular. So come along with me. So I descend down into the deck, and before we even get into anything, why don't you just look at the exterior over here, everybody? Look at that exterior. You've got more steel slates that have been done over here to just blend in with that aesthetic. I'll close the door so you could have a look. You've got the grass vegetation that's just growing on the top. And what I really, really appreciate about ISM Africa and modular units is this, is if you wanted to put an upstairs unit, call ISM Africa, they put something on top for you, provision for a staircase, boom, you have it. Now, to the star of the show. We drove 4 hours to come out here to show you one thing, the grandest bathroom in a container that you have seen thus far. Probably in East Africa, maybe world over. Check this out. How amazing is that? You've got your skylight right at the top over there, grey tiles which are just really beautiful. You've got your black towel holder over there, black shower fixtures over here, and a bit of nature right there. You've got your vanity area which is in white, cylindrical mirrors, and it's just really, really an earthly experience. This is really amazing because you could take your shower and you could just have the wind just waft in, or if you wanted to quickly just aerate this whole space, you just open your doors. And that's what I love about ISM Africa. Fantastic. Now we're going to go back to Nairobi and have a chat with the man himself who founded this company. I want to highlight just one thing before we get to him. They've got solar heating, so at any point in time, you come here to Embu River. And if you want to get to this particular unit, by the way, reach out to the numbers down the screen. It's about 25,000 shillings to come and occupy this beautiful space. And we're going to have a chat with one Omri Cohen, who founded this magnificent company, and they're doing just beautiful things all over East Africa. So let's get back to Nairobi, everybody. Now, you've seen the house in Thigiri, you've seen the house in Karen and the Masai Mara, and we're here to talk to the man in charge who started this container renovative innovation just a couple years back, and he's doing amazing things. Welcome to Property Focus.
Thank you, Peter, and welcome to ISM.
Glad to be here once again ever since. It's been about 1 year now.
Wow, that long.
Yes.
Okay, but the last interview is still available, isn't it?
Available on YouTube and TV, Property Focus Container Homes. We still have it. But Omri, for the viewers who are watching you right now and haven't met you, please introduce yourself once more.
Sure. So my name is Omri Cohen. I've been in the country for almost 15 years. Been in working for different companies. Been part of various projects like the Lake Turkana Wind Farm project. Now the owners of ISM Africa, which is the mother company of ISM Containers, one of the reasons we've gathered here today.
Brilliant. Now, installation process, Omri, we want to understand that. How do you install these container homes?
We are a turnkey modular construction company.
Turnkey meaning?
Turnkey meaning everything from A to Z, including civil works, including plumbing, electrical, installation on site, and so on and so forth. The containers are only what we specialize in as the shell. We like the utilization of containers because it's reusable material that would go to scrap metal otherwise. So I think it's also a green element that should be mentioned. So when we get the container, we basically have all the steelworks that we have on it. Then we have all the panel beating, the welding, fitting, and then we go into the plumbing, electrical, paneling, insulation, all the way to the final fit out. ISM is successful because of the attention to details and the fit out that we can, the fit out level that we achieve. That's why. Yes, everything you see around you, everything you see is all ours. We have everything in-house from, tiling and kitchen and wardrobes and even the plugs and the sockets. Everything is given serious thought. We have interior designers who sit with our clients and we go through each and every item and they approve it and they check it and they choose their colors. And therefore, when they get the final product, they know exactly what they're going to get.
Speaking of upgrades, what about security? You've talked about big windows. How do you work out the security aspect?
We have all the bars and closures inside the container. That's one of the basic solutions that we can provide. We can provide much thicker windows. Some of the projects that we are currently working on are as thick as 22 millimeters glass.
Almost bulletproof.
Exactly. So, and with all kind of lamination and things like that protect the windows. So that's another thing. But at the end of the day, we can also provide with the CCTV, alarm systems, perimeter walls, electric fences, and so on. It all depends how much you want to spend on your security and how is the area that you live in. Generally, it's something that can be done and has been done in the past, depending on what you want to achieve.
Let's talk about price. How much do they go for?
We get this question a lot, but if you go to a contractor now to build a house, you don't go to him and ask him, how much is this house? How much is the house? It all depends on the finishes, it depends on the size, it depends on the number of rooms, the number of toilets, the size of the kitchen. There's many elements that come into it. As we are a turnkey business, we give you a plug and play unit. That means that you'll have the toilets already there, the kitchen's already there, it's all in. You can start a unit from 900,000 shillings, 1 million shillings, which is a basic unit. And the same unit can be also 3 to 4 million shillings. Like some of the units that we've seen are about 3 to 4 million shillings because they have been upgraded. better materials, with cladding, with roofs, with special openings and so on and so forth. So it really depends. This is why I mentioned that if we know the budget, you will get your home. But if you come with 200,000 shillings, potentially, the container itself is going to be much more expensive. So it is a question that people get confused with because they think, it's a container, so it's not going to cost anything. Let me just put a budget of 200,000 and I'll get a house. It doesn't work like this, especially if you want the upgrades and the things that we can provide as a design.
Everything is catered for end to end. Once you see it on the computer, provide the site, all of that is taken care of in about 30, 60, 90 days, depending on the scalability of it. Super. Exactly. Omri, parting shots, what would you like to advise anybody who's watching right now?
I would like to tell you that modular homes is the way to go. Every other country in the world has already, or the Western world has already embraced it, and I think that it's time for Africa to also embrace it. We are for sure the leading company that does that in this region, in East Africa. And we invite you to come and visit us in the offices in Westlands or in Thika, where our factory is, and to work with us. It's the way to go.
Amazing. Well, thank you very much.
No problem. Thanks for having us, Peter, and hope to see you again in less than a year.
Brilliant. This time for Africa with ISM Africa, the leading container fabricator company in the region. You just heard it from Omri. Let's go hear from the architect about the designs and tools and installation processes and materials in just a moment. Good, brilliant. Welcome to Property Focus.
Thank you so much, Peter.
Tell us about yourself.
My name is Sylvia Wangeshi Kamau. I'm an architect, a registered architect, and also a member of the AAK, which is the Architectural Association of Kenya.
What was your response to the client's brief for these container homes, starting with Karen?
For the Karen unit, the client wanted a blend of two things. One, it to be dynamic but modest at the same time. So in this particular unit, we didn't want a large kitchen, we just wanted a finishing kitchen or a kitchenette, something small where you can just warm your food, make a few simple meals here. And because of the confines of this particular space, we also added a high-level cabinetry for the kitchen. So you'll have a place to put in your glasses, your plates, your culturally everything you need.
So you've got now the Kayan unit. What about the Thigiri and of course also the Mara?
By the time you're going to the Mara, you want to be one with nature. So we achieve this in several ways. One, we have very large openings, so the windows are clear glass, yeah. And then we have another feature, which is the skylight. In the bathroom, even you can imagine even just showering in that space and it's raining, you'd feel like you're showering in the open.
Briefly, just touch on Thigiri. Tell us about that unit in Thigiri.
For Thigiri, the brief was pretty similar to what we had in the current unit. The only difference was in the specifications by the clients. So the main difference also comes in, for Thigiri, for example, you see we have a bundle, a sliding bundle, which is a very unique feature of that house, which I think is pretty cool.
Okay, well, thank you very much for coming onto the show.
Thank you for having me.
Brilliant. There you have it. Being green even with metal. It's been a super episode. Learned a lot. Delighted to have been here once again at ISM Africa, demystifying this innovative tool. Like religions, spread the word and reaffirm the faith, because by far ISM Containers is the very best container fabricators company in the region. Undoubtedly. With work as good as this, I've thoroughly enjoyed myself. I hope you have. Please reach out to us if you want us to feature your property. If you've got an innovative idea that you want us to feature, reach out on the show. Our handles are right below over here. Call that number, because I know you're in need of a container home or a modular structure such as this. My name is Peter Ngigi. This has been Property Focus. Till next time, same place next week. Goodbye.